Good day to you and welcome to Frank's Shed. We have with us today a proud native of Cork and an Irish music legend. He started off in rock and jazz bands, am I right? And then he found his true calling in Irish traditional songwriting. And ever since then you've been widely covered by a vast array of Irish bands. And you've also been a major proponent of the Irish language, so fair play to you.
Fair play, home.
Many awards later, anyway, he's been a permanent fixture on our nation's stages and stations and screens. So could you please give a warm welcome for the one and only John Spillane. It's great to meet you, John.
Lovely to meet you, Mel. Lovely to meet you. Thanks for having me in Frank's Shed TV. Thanks very much.
Thanks for coming along. It's a big come for us, I tell you. So you're feeling alright, yeah?
Feeling fine, feeling fine. A bit hot and muggy here in the Port Beach. It's like swamp, yeah.
One of those rare days. So we're going to talk about your last album, A Rock to Cling To. It came out last year to great acclaim. And you've called it your beautiful album, and it certainly seems your most intimate. So say the songwriting process, if at all, has that changed much compared to your more humorous stuff?
Well, I was asked by Willie Kavanagh, Managing Director of EMI Records, Ireland. He said, John, what you should do now, he said, is make one album with no Cork stuff, no local slang stuff, no Irish language, no Mocky Sham Bowala.
Yeah.
You know, because I do a lot of that kind of Gaelic-y, local slangy stuff. He said, but one album, he said, one collection of beautiful songs, love songs, and songs with nice melodies. Okay. And he said, I think there could be a very good market for that. And I said, Willie, congratulations, welcome to the hit factory. And I said, would you like a bit of jam on it? Yeah. Is what I said. And how high would you like me to jump? And that kind of thing. And I said, there you go. And now would you like jam on it? Yeah. So I put together the record, and it's based around the one song, really, the Rock to Cling To song. So the songs are, you know, they're all slow, melodic, beautiful, personal love songs. Some of them are ones I had from years ago. In fact, I went out and I got a couple of bottles of red Rioja wine from Spain, and I drank them and put together the album. So I'd like to thank the Spanish wine and also my Spanish guitar, a Caballero by Rodriguez. So it's kind of all melodic, kind of an album, like, you know. So it hasn't exactly set the world on fire, but at the same time it has gone very respectable, and it's tipping away, and it's getting a bit of a slow burner reputation.
All right, so it hasn't reached as wide an audience as, say, Irish songs we used to learn in school.
No,
not just yet, but you know.
No, but it's more of a kind of a,
early
you know, I'm quite proud of it, like, and it's tipping away nicely.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Sure, we'll get straight down to your first song. So, what have you got in store for us?
Oh, the first song is the title track of this album I'm talking about. It's called A Rock to Cling To, and I've got a very good feeling about this song, Mel. I think I'm going to make a load of money out of this song. I can already see in my mind's eye the postman coming up to my front door in Passage West, County Cork, with a big load of royalties for me in the future out of this song. And anyway, when it's a big famous song in the future, like, Mel, and you turn on the radio and you hear this song, you can say that you heard it first here tonight in Frank's Shed TV. Woo woo!
That's the one.
Dream on, John, dream on.
Hey, John, Lanaraig.
Everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock. Daddy long legs on the ceiling makes you feel that sad old feeling. Father left and went away. You won't see him till the judgment day. Everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock. My mother stood upon the shore. The ocean gave a mighty roar, and she turned to face the day and to keep the wolves at bay. Everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock. And she prayed to God on high we would all get by. So we do the best we can. Every woman, every man, everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock. My daughter dancing on the strand, and she kicking up the sand. I have loved her for so long that I put her in this song. Everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock. Hear a man sing to the night, I love my life, I love my wife, and I do my work with pride, with my woman by my side. Everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock. The little boy who never cried when his father died, but went to hide inside a hollow tree, and he watched the world go by, never stopped to wonder why. And it turned and he was gone, left me here to sing this song. Everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock. Everybody needs a rock to cling to. Everybody needs a rock.
And so the next song on the agenda for us.
The next song is a song called Let the River Flow.
Yeah.
And this is a song that I brought out 10 years ago on an album called Will We Be Brilliant or What? And it's a very depressing song about two friends of mine who committed suicide in the River Lee in Cork. In fact, one drowned himself and the other fellow hung himself in his mother's shed. And I wrote a song about him, a very sad song. And I didn't sing it for years because it's an awful, heavy song to be singing. But it is on that record, Will We Be Brilliant or What? And then recently in Cork, there's been a fella singing it at a lot of the sessions called Anthony Ruby. Okay. And, he's very impressed with the song. A lot of people are impressed with the song. So I said it's been 10 years now. I might have a go off that song.
Yeah. You're keeping the memory alive anyway.
Well, it's a song. It might be a good one.
It's great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, sure, take it away.
You lost your key and you can't go home. Take a walk around town, be on your own, and your feet are drawn down to the riverside. You sit on the stone and you talk to the tide. Let the river go, let the river go, let the river go, where the river must go, let the river flow. And you never know who you might meet when you come to the corner and you cross the street and you walk in the door of Charlie's bar and you look at the world through the empty jar. Let the river go, let Let the river go, let the river go, where the river must go, let the river flow. And here comes Seamus with his boyish grin and his crazy poems. You always like to see him, but you wish that he didn't have to feel such pain that he doesn't know if he's going or he's staying. Let the river go, the river go, let the river go, where the river must go, let the river flow. And here's Fionn Barra with his coat and his hood, lovely fella, not looking too good. And you wish that he didn't have to feel such pain that he doesn't know if he's going or he's staying. Let the river go, let the river go, let the river go, where the river must go, let the river flow. If the world was an apple, if the world was a pear, if the world was a cherry, still it wouldn't be fair. Let the river go, let the river go, let the river go, where the river must go, let the river flow. Thanks very much for the very kind round of applause for the fierce, depressing song. Ladies and gentlemen, let the river flow.
Next up we have Connacht rugby team, is it?
Oh yeah, well, yeah, my stepson plays scrum half for the Connacht rugby team, professional rugby player, and we go to a lot of the matches, and Connacht are getting fed up of getting beaten by all the other provinces, and they're fighting back, and they're rising up now, and they're over in the sports grounds in Galway, and I was asked to write a song for the Connacht rugby team, so I said, congratulations, you certainly come to the right place here today. I said, welcome to the Hit Factory. And then I wrote the song, it's called the Connacht Rugby Song, and they're mad about it. Yeah. I'm finishing it now in a few days' time, and they said they're going to hopefully play it before the matches, through the big speakers, and use it in the documentary, and it's going to be the Connacht Rugby Song.
No royalties necessary, you're a gift to them.
Well, it's the Hit Factory, anyway. The door is always open for business, Mel, if you're ever looking for songs, big or small. Thank you.
Well, enjoy.
There is a wave, a mighty wave. There is a wave on the Western Ocean, and the eagle flies in the Connacht skies. The eagle flies in the Connacht skies. There is a wave, a mighty wave. There is a turning of the tide, and the eagle soars on the Connacht shore. The eagle soars on the Connacht shore. Ah, the men of the West were the best, the men of the West. The men of the West were the best, the men of the West. There was Muldoon, there was Gavin Duffy, Johnny Concrete, Frank Murphy. There was Macar, there was Swifty, Rodney Ayew, and Ronan Loughney. Ah, the men of the West were the best, the men of the West. The men of the West were the best, the men of the West. There is a wave, a mighty wave. There is a wave on the West western ocean, and the eagle flies in the Connacht skies. The eagle flies in the Connacht skies. There is a wave, a mighty wave. There is a turning of the tide, and the eagle soars on the Connacht shore. The eagle soars on the Connacht shore. Ah, the men of the west were the best of men of the west. The men of the west were the best of men of the west. The men of the west were the best of men of the west. There is a wave.
And your final song is going to be about a very topical subject.
Well,
about an hour ago, maybe.
1 hour ago, yes, exactly 1 hour ago, Katie Taylor won a gold medal in the Olympics, boxing for Ireland, and fabulous, performance and fabulous, atmosphere and everything. And I thought I'd write a song about it. But may her right hand never fail her, Katie Taylor, Katie Taylor. May her left hand never fail her, Katie Taylor. May the warden never jail her, Katie Taylor, Katie Taylor. May her buddies always bail her, Katie Taylor. For Ireland and for glory and for home. And may the people all regale her, Katie Taylor, Katie Taylor. May her courage never fail her, Katie Taylor. Woo-hoo. For Ireland and for glory and for home, Katie Taylor. Woo-hoo.
A world premiere for the Pride of the Nation.
World premiere.
Grand job, fair play.
Thanks, man.
And, right, so you're known as a very determined man, so I hear anyway. So could you tell us how you first got your foot in the door of the music industry?
Well, I played in bands from when I was at school, and I played the guitar since I was about 15, and I was in my first band at school when I was about 16. First we were called Bootlace, then we were a band called Sabre, and we were a Cork rock band in the late 70s, early 80s. And then I gave up the rock and roll and I became a folkie. And I moved from Sir Henry's Hard Rock Cafe over to the Phoenix Bar, where all the folkies and traditional Irish musicians hung out. And I always did love the trad, like Planksty and Jimmy Crowley. And then I got a gig playing with a guy called Noel Shine, who was a great traditional musician from Clare. And then I got a gig playing bass with Jimmy Crowley. Right. And Jimmy Crowley and Stoker's Lodge, like a great song collector. And then I played bass for years, like with every kind of a band really, formed a band then in the 1980s called the Stargazers, where I was the bass player again. And we did 3-part harmony, swing, jazzy kind of stuff. And I've been a professional musician like all my life really, and playing with different bands. And then in the 1990s, I played with a band called Nomos, which was an Irish traditional band, and we toured the world, really, playing Irish trad. And then I went solo in 1997, 98, that kind of way. And I got signed by EMI Records on my 40th birthday. And it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, lads. And for my 40th, I got signed. And for the last, that's 11 years ago. And in the last 11 years, I've made about 8 or 9 albums. And horsing them out.
Great stuff.
Horsing them out. So, it's going very well. So, I'm, paying the mortgage, happy out. Not huge, but check it out, Mela. Yeah. We're on club coming up very slowly. You know what I mean? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. The tortoise and the hare, that's me, the tortoise. The tortoise wins in the end.
That's it, mate.
We seize them, boy, coming and going. We seize them, they rises up, and then they're gone again. Do you know what I mean? Still Spillane is crawling along, boy, crawling along, the dark horse on the inside.
Great stuff. Yeah. And a massive label like EMI, the home to Beatles, Pink Floyd, Queen, and all those. Did they actually forge you the ability to write the songs, the kind of songs you want to write all the time, or do you feel like there's a bit of constraint there? I
don't. I think that you have to play the game anyway, to a certain extent. But there's nothing better than playing the game with EMI Records. I mean, it's great that they have the machine and to do it, and it rises you up yourself as well.
Yeah.
And I know that record deals are, few and far between at the moment. But for me, it made a big difference to my life, really. I got a great blast of confidence out of it.
Absolutely.
And you see, record companies, they're hit very hard at the moment. Things are changing, and it's all YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Everybody's listening to their music on YouTube, so they're not paying for it. So so things are changing. So so that's the crack.
All right. Okay. And
so yeah, people say to me, "Oh, you sold your soul, and what a compromise." I say, "Hello, like you joking me? Like I used to get a bit of that at the start."
Yeah.
But what they do like is stuff that sells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like that about them because you want to make a few bob, like.
And
There's nothing against it.
It does very respectably, your stuff.
It does, yeah.
You have an awful lot of public admirers, like say.
It'd be tipping away.
It'd
be tipping away all the time, yeah. And we're starting to come into the zone now.
Yeah.
You see, on the Game Boy of life, lads, of the music industry, we're into level 5 now, and going very respectable.
All right. And there seems to be a prevalent sense of geography in a lot of your songs. Would it be fair to say you have a keen sense of or for local flavour?
Yeah, well, when I was a young fella, I wrote a song called Princess Street, and it was about a street in Cork and about the magic of Cork and all that, like. And people said to me, and then I wrote one called Johnny Don't Go to Ballincollig, and then I wrote a follow-up,
like that,
Beautiful Ballincollig, and all that local songs, and people said, you'll never get nowhere doing that. Yeah. But actually, I'm doing very respectable doing that, like. And then, it's whatever you're into yourself, like, whatever you're good at yourself, like. But I find these ones come naturally to me. So I've written loads. I'm working my way around County Cork. I have a song called Passage West. I have a load of, like, a song about Mallow. I have a load of, it's like the local bard.
See, yeah. And but you must be a massive hero in Cork because say you're adding to the charm and the mysticism, and you're singing in your own accent as well. Like they must really appreciate that.
Yeah, I've good following in Cork. Like, yeah. I mean, it's a style. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, there is a thing going on in Ireland called the accent wars, and the accent wars are like people who sing in their own accent.
Yeah, and then there's the Americanos.
And then there's people who sing in a phony American accent. Yeah. But fair play to everybody, like whatever they're doing. But in the own accent wars, you would have, say, Christy Moore, Kildare. You would have, say, the Saw Doctors over in the west. Maybe Juliet Turner in the north. Maybe Duke Special, a bit of a Belfast accent creeping in there, like, through the old dreadlocks.
You're flying the flag for your province.
You would have, Damien Dempsey in Dublin. And, like, his accent, like, is a finely tuned Donemead accent. Like, I mean, that's great. He's artistic. You know what I mean? He's got a it's musically worked out, like syllable by syllable, like, So that's the crack, the accent wars.
And care to tell us about your biggest musical inspirations, or even outside of music, apart from Cork?
Well, greatest inspirations. May your courage never fail her, Katie Taylor, Katie Taylor, Katie Taylor, Katie Taylor. Musical, the Beatles, John Lennon especially, Bob Marley, Christy Moore, Planxty. I'm a big Planxty fan. Jimmy McCarthy, local bard, like my hero when I was a young fella. Jimmy Mac. I like all the Irish fellas like Sonny Condell and Paul Brady and Johnny Doohan and all them heads. There's something real about them. Then the faraway people like Leonard Cohen and Neil Young and Joni Mitchell, the great Canadians. Bob Dylan, like stunning, and so lots of different stuff. I mean, I went through a lot of phases when I was a child. Like I had my Don McLean phase when I was about 13, 14, and then James Taylor then for a while for a summer after that, like, and so I like all that stuff really. And I do like Irish traditional music, and Joe Heaney and. Trad singing and the old Shannon stuff as well.
And your songs always seem to convey a sense of a vast life experience. So, like, is there any experience that you would say informs your music and maybe yourself most?
Well, I think that it's kind of a trick really, of being positive, and even if you're not positive, pretend you're positive or veer that way. And I think that songwriting is especially interesting because there's nobody stopping you. You can write any song you want. You can write a brilliant song, and they're all there waiting to be written, but you think you can't or something.
Yeah.
So I find it kind of fascinating, the songwriting, and certain ones kind of come to me.
Yeah.
Because I think if you train yourself into, you know, if you write a song and write a song and you write a lot of bad ones, and then you get in the habit of it, and then, like, you're training yourself like a dog, so that then when the gap comes, you're looking for your dinner, like you write another song.
Yeah. There's always going to be some that throw you for a loop. Say you went to Senegal and you played with Baba Mal, and that looked like it was a complete clash of cultures, but it came off so well.
Well, the Africans were so superior when it comes to music. My friend, they were way ahead of us.
With the rhythm,
and they said to me, oh, we love to. And Baba Mal said, we love to hear your Irish traditional music. It is so beautiful. It is like a child that left Africa so long ago because they own music.
Yeah.
Everything comes from Africa, you see. It's a child that left Africa so long ago and went way out into the world and has returned. And you say, oh, how you have grown. Do you get it?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
My child, how you have grown. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. Like, I mean, they mightn't be rich, but they have the great richness of the music. Like.
Yeah, of course. And is there anything we can look forward to from you in the future?
Well, at the moment, I'm writing songs to order. I have the reputation around Cork now for being the songwriter.
After the Dunstores Girl,
Dunstores Girl
loads of people saying,
asked
will you
me
write that song for me?
exactly. I know I had the Connacht Rugby team asked me, and then the English market in Cork asked me recently to write a song for the English market, and I've written that now, and I handed it into them, and I'm hoping to get paid for that song with potatoes, red wine, French cheeses, and a side of beef.
Spanish red wine, hopefully.
Yeah, Rioja. Dream on, John, dream on. So people come and ask me to do things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always say, congratulations, you certainly come to the right place today, I say, Mel. Welcome to the Hit Factory.
The Gaelic Hit Factory, yeah? I think we're going to have to wind up soon, but we always kind of finish off with a little joke for the end credits. Yeah, have you got any short jokes for us?
Genie, have I got any jokes?
Any good
Okay, I have a surreal one.
Oh, go for it, yeah.
What's the difference between a duck? One of its legs is both the same. Did you ever hear that one?
I didn't know. Tell it again.
It's gone around for fucking years. Like. I heard that when I was in first class.
Anyway, I think we're going to have to leave it there while the camera still endures. So, John,
all right, Mel, thanks very much.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks very much.
Really appreciate you coming in. And if you want to hear more from John Spillane, just go to www.johnspillane.ie. And please do join us next time for more Frank Shed TV. See you next time.